There is a quiet way a man can lose his life long before his years run out. He does not lose it in great disasters or in sudden blows of fate. He loses it in small, unnoticed leaks of time. Hour by hour, day by day, his life slips away in little fragments. He is always busy, yet rarely advancing. He complains of having no time, yet cannot clearly say where yesterday went. Perhaps you have felt this yourself. You reach the end of a week and feel strangely tired, yet not truly fulfilled. You have handled many small urgencies, but very little of what really matters to your future. Most people think this is normal. They believe time is something that slips through everyone's fingers. They say, that is just life. And surrender. But time does not treat everyone the same way. You have seen men who seem to move ahead with quiet, steady progress. They work no more hours than others, yet accomplish far more with the hours they are given. The difference is not in the clock on the wall. The difference is in how they handle the next hour. There is a law at work in every life. How you spend the next hour is how you spend your life. You do not lose life in years. You lose it in hours. Look closely at the way you handle time. See why your hours feel scattered and thin. Learn a simple way to stop the leak and begin owning your life 1 hour at a time. Before we are finished, you will have a clear 30-day experiment. If you follow it faithfully, it can quietly alter the entire course of your future. To see it clearly, picture it this way. Imagine that life has given you an account at a most unusual bank. Each night at midnight, this bank deposits 24 hours into your account. 1 full day in perfect, even currency. You cannot save these hours from one day to the next. You cannot borrow from tomorrow. You cannot store up yesterday. You must spend all 24 hours before midnight. Every single day. Some hours you must spend on rest and care of the body. Some on necessary duties. But beyond these, you have a surprising amount of freedom. You can spend your remaining hours in thoughtless habit, as most do. You can waste them in small distractions and idle talk. Or you can invest them in study, in service, in deliberate building of your future. This is not poetry. It is exact. The man who invests just 1 hour a day in his growth buys 365 hours of advancement every year. The man who lets that same hour leak away buys 365 hours of regret. On the surface, their lives may look alike for a while. They may live on the same street and work in the same building. But their accounts are not the same at all. One is poor in the only wealth that truly matters. The other is quietly becoming rich in knowledge, skill, and character. Here is the law again. How you spend the next hour is how you spend your life. You're not merely passing time. You're buying the future you will have to live in. Examine how you have been handling your account. Not in theory, but in the plain, simple facts of yesterday and today. So, let us read your statement. If you kept a written ledger of every hour from yesterday, what would it show? Not what you intended to do. What you actually did. This is your time statement. It tells the truth without anger and without excuse. You may say, I worked hard all day. But inside that day were many small choices about how to use small pieces of time. What did you do with the first hour after you woke up? Did you begin it with quiet thought and order, or did you stumble into the day in a rush? What did you do with the last hour before you slept? Did you end it in reflection and planning, or did you let it dissolve into aimless activity? How many times yesterday did you handle a few free minutes with purpose? How many times did you simply let them slip away? I am not asking these questions to scold you. I am asking them so that you can see clearly. Most people never examine their hours. They live as though time were a loose pile of sand that cannot be held. They do not realize that time is delivered in solid blocks, 1 hour at a time. You can waste an hour. You can invest an hour, but you cannot get it back. Think of two men leaving the same place of work at the same time. Each one has an hour before his next duty. One spends his hour in idle talk and small complaints. He repeats the same old stories, the same old grievances, day after day. The other quietly uses his hour to study his field. He reads a good book. He thinks on paper about how he can do his work better. For a week, there is little difference. For a month, there is little difference. But over a year, the gap begins to open. One man has bought a year of stronger understanding and greater value. The other has bought a year of repetition. They are both paying the same price in hours, but they are not buying the same future. Now I want to ask you a simple question. If yesterday's hours were written down like figures in a book, would they look more like investment or leakage? You do not need to answer aloud. Your present results are already telling you. Learn a way to take 1 hour each day and turn it into a quiet engine of transformation. There is one simple practice that separates the man who leaks time from the man who owns it. He chooses 1 hour each day and treats it as golden. This golden hour is not for idle talk. It is not for casual distraction. It is an appointment with his future self. You and I will call this the golden hour. It may be early in the morning, before the world is fully awake. It may be late in the evening, when the noise of the day has died down. The clock does not matter. What matters is that this hour is set apart. During this golden hour, you give your best attention to the work that builds your future. You study your field. You think on paper. You plan. You create. You are not running from fire to fire. You are quietly laying bricks in the structure of the life you want. At first, this may feel unusual. You are used to letting the day pull you where it will. Now, for 1 hour, you are deciding where you will go. You may be tempted to say, I do not have an hour like that. But that is rarely true. Almost every man has some hours in the day that is simply being spilled. An hour spent wandering from one small distraction to another. If you cannot see such an hour at once, look again at your ledger. Examine the first hour after you rise. Examine the last hour before you sleep. Examine the gaps between duties. Somewhere in that day is an hour you can claim. Not for idleness, but for investment. When you begin to guard this golden hour, something quiet and powerful happens. Your sense of yourself begins to change. You are no longer a man who is carried by the hours. You are a man who commands at least one of them. You begin to think of yourself as someone who is building, not merely enduring. The work you do in that hour may seem small at first. A few pages read, a plan written out, a new idea explored. But hour after hour, day after day, these small investments compound. They shape your understanding. They sharpen your skills. They strengthen your character. And slowly, almost without noise, they begin to reshape your life. Then you will see how to protect this golden hour from the leaks and thieves that will surely come. And that is why you must guard it. A wise man does not simply open an account and walk away. He guards it. In the same way, once you claim a golden hour, you must decide to protect it. There will be many small thieves of time. They will not always look dangerous. A little casual talk here. A small, unplanned errand there. One quick distraction, you say to yourself. Taken alone, each one seems harmless. Together, they drain the strength from your hour. You do not need to become hard or unkind to guard your time. You simply need to become clear. You might say to a friend, "I have an appointment just now, but I will be free later." That appointment is with your future. You might decide that during your golden hour, you will not answer the telephone unless it is truly urgent. You will not wander from one small matter to another. You will sit down, open your book, take up your pen, and stay with your work. At first, you will feel the pull of your old habits. Your hand may reach for familiar distractions almost by itself. When this happens, do not be angry with yourself. Recognize it as the old way of living. Then gently bring your attention back to the work of the hour. Each time you do this, you are strengthening a new habit. You are teaching yourself that your commitments are stronger than your moods. Little by little, guarding your hour becomes natural. You no longer argue with yourself about whether to use it well. You simply do. This is one of the quiet marks of maturity. The immature man waits until he feels like doing the right thing. The mature man does the right thing and lets his feelings catch up. Day by day, you will notice a new steadiness in yourself. You will begin to trust your own words. When you say, "I will use this hour for my future," you will believe yourself. Before we are through, I will give you a simple 30-day challenge. If you accept it, you will not only change how you use your time, you will change what kind of man you are. And now you will test it. Now you are ready to test this law in your own life. Not as a pleasant idea, but as a working principle. For the next 30 days, I want you to conduct a quiet experiment. We will call it the 30-day golden hour experiment. First, choose your golden hour. Decide when it will be each day. Morning, midday, or evening, but always at the same time if possible. Second, decide in advance how you will invest it. You might use it to study your work. You might use it to plan and think on paper. You might use it to build a quiet side project or to strengthen your body and mind. The work itself is important, but what matters even more is that it clearly builds your future. Third, write one clear sentence that expresses who you are becoming through this hour. For example, I am becoming a more capable and valuable man by investing one golden hour a day in my growth. Write this sentence on a small card and keep it where you can see it. Each day, before your golden hour begins, read the sentence slowly. Let its meaning sink in. Then use the hour exactly as you decided. You will be tempted at times to cut it short. You will be tempted to trade it for something easier. When that happens, remember this. You are not merely keeping an appointment. You are casting a vote for the kind of man you are becoming. Each completed golden hour is one more vote for discipline. Each wasted golden hour is one more vote for drift. During these 30 days, you will not see every result at once. But you will begin to notice changes. You will find new ideas coming to you during that hour. You will notice that you handle the rest of your day with more order and calm. You are not forcing the world to change. You are changing the way you meet the world, 1 hour at a time. At the end of 30 days, sit down quietly and look back. Ask yourself, what has happened because I guarded this 1 hour? Your outer life may not yet be transformed, but something deeper will have changed. You will have proved by your own experience that time is not something that simply happens to you. It is something you can direct. You will know that you can claim at least 1 hour each day and turn it into a builder of your future. From that day forward, you will never again be quite as careless with your hours. You will see each one as a small exact piece of your life. Remember the law. How you spend the next hour is how you spend your life. Stop leaking your time. Start owning your life. Guard your golden hour. Invest it faithfully. And watch, over the months and years ahead, as your life quietly rises to match the way you chose to spend your hours.